What's up, everyone? So, the universe, or just life in general, really didn't want me to make this right now. But, anyways, I'll talk about that later. So, I'm a weirdo, and not in the eccentric way, alright? Not with the way I dress, maybe, or how I talk, or what I eat. Well, I like to eat very clean as much as I'm able to, so to a lot of people, maybe that's eccentric. But, you know, I'm a weirdo, and I am proud to be weird in my own way. I was having a conversation with someone um recently, very recently, and well, this person and I, we aren't friends. We just acquaintances, I guess. But he was an older, way older person than me. Okay, and divorced like two times. He's one of those like older, middle aged people, and he was telling me that nowadays, if you're not like everyone else, you're considered weird. In so many words, that's what he said. All right, and it got me thinking. Well, hey, he's right because like when I walk around, for example, I'm a really skinny guy. I respect myself. I try and take care of myself. A lot of people don't do that. They don't dress good. They're not. They're not very healthy, and they don't make very good choices with what they eat and their money, etc. And so it just dawned on me after having a conversation with this gentleman that yeah, he's right. Like when you're now, I don't know, guys. I don't know if he was being authentic or not because uh that's when I talk to people, I usually can bring out that side of them that they like try and repress. Okay, so I don't know if this guy was because I don't know him hardly very well at all. All right, so I don't know if he was talking to me like that because he sensed that was me, so he was trying to like you know make me think that he was the same boat as I am, or if maybe he was truly in the same boat that I am, just at a very older age than me. All right. So I have no way of knowing that. However, based on the words he said, whether it's authentic or genuine, or he just made it up off the top of his head, all right? Yeah, people like us, we're the weird ones. I've said it before, like we're the change. We're even if we're not eccentric, we stand out, but not in an eccentric way, not in a crazy way, maybe not. But to just the second, like if I'm in a parking lot right now, and if I get out of my car and walk into that building, I think it's like I don't know, just a building, an event center. Everyone's gonna stare at me, even if there's people in there that look like me, my age, my gender. It doesn't matter the demographic, the activities they're doing in there. If I walk in, everyone's gonna stare at me, and people are either gonna hate me, admire me, or just try and kick me out. All right, in so many ways, like you can't be here, or you need to pay to get in. I don't know how many times that happens to you guys, but if you're like me, all right, if you are actually in my boat, the life that I am living and the life that I have lived, and nothing in my life is going to change in that regard. I will always stand out whether I want to or not, and that's the reality I had to accept, okay, guys? So, um, I got me some Gatorade right here, some orange vitamin water actually, because I heard Gatorade isn't very good for you. I guess that's just what I heard. But like people might think drinking orange vitamin water as a young man is weird, because usually sport athletes drink this stuff, or people who play sports. So, but some things, there's an example right here, but still, who cares? Um, Another thing is that lately there's been a lot of birds flying right in front of me. A bird is just sitting right there, not doing anything near my car. A couple nights ago, I was sitting in my car and there was a bunny who was right next to my door, like within 6, 7 feet from my car. And he sat there, like sniffing the grass, nibbling at stuff for a good half an hour, and then he hopped away. Like, he was next to my car for a good half an hour in the same area, the same spot. And that's a synchronicity. I'll take it as a sign in synchronicity that I'm on the right path. Or, you know, if this YouTube, I have a feeling that I will blow up eventually. I'm not trying to, but I have a feeling that this channel is going to touch a lot of lives and reach many, many people. It already has reached people across the globe, based on the comments I've gotten before. All right. So the algorithm is actually pushing this through, which is amazing. But even if nobody watches my videos, nobody likes them, subscribes, or comments, because that's what ultimately builds a YouTube channel. That's what builds the creators, their algorithm, right? Even if that never happens, I'm still making these videos to document my life and what I'm going through, because this is my life. And it's, as I've gotten older, it's gotten so real to a point where when I was little, I didn't know, like, why is my family treating me like this? Why does my family act like this? Why do my siblings do X, Y, Z when I'm in the same room as them? When we, when we went to outings, or, when I was little and did playtime, and, all that stuff, right? Growing up, kids growing up, that kind of stuff. And I always wonder why I was kind of I was not, I just, for some reason, I made people uncomfortable. And I wasn't even doing anything. I was just being. I was just being being Jeffrey, all right? And so as I'm gotten older, it's gotten so prominent in my daily life, with my family, with people I work with, with professors. I've had college professors I met when I used to go to school in person, before I switched to online. I went to college in person, and professors just, they were, I'll just say this, their behavior when I was in the classroom, or when I walked up to them to talk to them about the material, or to let them know about, like, I won't be able to do this assignment, but can you give me some notes about it? And it would never go smooth. Whereas if another student did that, it would go smooth, which is good for them, right? But as I've gotten older, it's becoming more and more noticeable. And it's like when you put your car in gear. You're in park, then you put it in reverse, then neutral, and then bam, you put it in drive. And drive is a gear where you go forward. Okay? My whole life, I've been putting my gear shifter in park, gear 1, low, neutral, reverse. And then now, as I'm entering middle-aged, or not middle-aged, as I'm beginning to enter the phase of my, later 20s, I'll put it that way, because I look a lot younger than I am, I'll put it that way. And I notice that I'm beginning to metaphorically put my car in drive now, because I'm moving forward. The journey for me is going to look like, that's why I'm filming these videos too, to document my journey, okay? It's going to look like this is me locking in drive, because this is something that, moving forward, it's never going to go away as long as I'm alive. And that's just the reality of it, guys. If you're like me, all right? If you're chosen, if you answered the call, and no, it's not about being special and better than other people. It's actually about carrying a cross that we really have no choice but to do the will of God, if you believe in God, all right? Or a higher being, okay? And if you're chosen and you answer the call, which is being, by saying yes to God, who's saying that this is your life. Like, God has told me, okay, Jeffrey, this is your life. You have to say yes and accept it, and I will give you everything you need, Jeffrey. I will make sure that that no weapon formed against you will prosper. And the same applies to you. If you answer the call, if you answered what God has, if you notice that God has set you apart, okay, it's not a bad thing at all. It's a journey. And it's all for God's promise. So what I was saying is that by answering yes and saying, okay, like, I accept, Lord, what you are doing in my life, what you want me to do and who you want me to be, because I have no choice. all right, I obviously have no choice. Then God is saying, I will provide you everything you need. I will give you just enough. And I will also, you will be blessed. And what I'm hearing God saying is the most important thing, just like the Israelites in the land moving to the promised land. God is gonna say, I don't read the Bible a lot, guys, but I'm just using that reference here because it's appropriate. God is saying He's gonna give me my promise. I'm gonna receive the covenant of God. The covenant of God is basically the promise. And if you don't believe in God per se, or you don't read the Bible, or you don't know whatever I'm talking about, like the covenant, you can just go on Google, and what you do is or ask Chat GPT and say, just look up what a covenant is in general, and you'll see the description. A covenant is basically a promise. It's a binding promise. So if I say yes to the Lord, and I say yes to what my destiny apparently is supposed to be as I get older, and I've recognized what is really going on, then God is going to give me my promise. And my promise is supplication, provision, blessing. But on earth here, yes, I'll have enough. I will be blessed and provided for as long as I hold up to my end of the deal and follow and say yes to the Lord. But that also comes with me still fighting the battles down here, spiritual warfare. Like I just mentioned, 5 minutes ago, being rejected by people, never fitting in, being put in the spotlight. I have to be really careful what I do because everyone is always watching, and the repercussions of what I'm doing might be, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. All right. When I mess up, people are really quick to point out my mistakes. Now, having said that, all right, when I was getting ready to film this video, all right, I went to the 7-Eleven. I bought myself a little thing because I'm thirsty. And I parked behind a building. And about 5 minutes after parking there, which I usually park behind there a lot, well, not a lot, but on occasion, mostly on weekends, on Sundays or Saturdays. Now, today's Friday, so, but anyways, a gentleman pulls up, and he pulls up right in front of my car, like, directly in front of my car. It's a really nice vehicle, or some really nice car. He gets out, and I'm not going to say his race or ethnicity just because, like, there's no point. It's just a gentleman pulls up in a really nice car and says, hey, you can't park here. If you're going to be sitting here for a while, I need you to move over there. Because I guess he saw my laptop right here, and I had my water right here. And he probably saw I was, like, working on something, okay? And he was pretty nice about it, but he said that you can't be doing that here. You have to go park in the main parking lot if you're going to. And I said, all right, yeah, I'll move. So I sit in my car, he goes back to his vehicle, and I wait for him to, like, back up so I can leave, all right? And he doesn't. He just leans against his car and pulls out his phone, and I don't know, he just pulls out, it goes on his phone. Now, mind you, when he's walking to my car to come to my driver's door, he was taking a picture of my license plate as he, like, walked by. I saw him, like, try to sneaky take a picture as he walked by. And yeah, like, I'm dressed pretty well. I usually dress well. I don't look threatening. I'm clean shaven. I look, well kept. Like, he knows I wasn't homeless, obviously, because I have my laptop and my wallet right here. And yeah, he tells me to move, and so I move, right? Because I don't want to get the cops called on me, right? And he's still sitting in he's still sitting in his car, like, where I was parked. And he hasn't moved his car, but he told me to get out of there, and I have to be sitting here. So I don't know if he was a property owner, or if he, like, owns a building, or he owns this whole business. It's just a random business for the next city where I live, the next town over. And where I was parked, there's not a lot of people. It's just an open space, okay? And there were two AC units on the right, but I was parked, good 10-20 feet away from those. So I was just parked in the corner of this big driveway that goes to nowhere, dead end driveway. And the curb does say fire lane, so I was parked in a fire zone. But he basically took my spot and hasn't left, and I'm thinking, well, that's exactly what I'm talking about, guys. People are watching you, so maybe he pulled up and I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he's a random patron or if he goes to this business, or if he was the owner, or if somebody like snitched on me. Someone who's parking out here snitched on me back there and said, "Hey, there's a beat up car parked behind there," and yeah, but he hasn't left. So that's exactly what I mean, guys. Is that people will they're watching you. They are not afraid to snitch you out for anything, and like being the person I am, I chose to be kind because I could have fought him and been like, "Are you the property owner? Uh, you know, people are dumping trash back there. There was a bunch of trash piled in the corner over there where I was parked." Then I could have said like, "Hey, there's a bunch of trash right here. You don't mind if I park next to the trash, do you?" Like I could have I could have figured something out to end up to just to stay there. Now that I'm in hindsight, I'm thinking back on it, okay? And but I didn't. I was like, "Okay, all right, man, I'll get out of here." And so I parked in the main parking lot where I'm at right now. And there's people walking around and everything, but screw it. Like that's what I mean, guys. Like if you have to be, like I said, it's like my whole life I have to be so careful about what I do because people are so quick to jump on me. Now, maybe it was an unlucky day, wrong place, wrong time. All right? I don't want to go on and on about this, but it's like, you know, and today's Friday, it's not Sunday or Saturday. Usually I park there before on a Sunday. Everyone's doing their own thing on Sunday, so, you know, but yeah, that's just how it is, guys. Like people will, if you cut it, it's like this. If you pretend you cut someone, pretend you cut someone off in line, and they get angry at you for cutting them off in line, and then they turn around and go cut someone else off right after that. That's what this kind of reminds me of. But I don't want to cause trouble, so excuse me. So I need to make a video for you for you guys and for me. So that's why I said at the beginning of the video, they didn't want me to make this because I was getting ready to pull the laptop out, never had an issue here before. So I might have to find another spot. There's a lot of spots, but I'm gonna have to find another spot probably for the future if this keeps happening. Yeah, cause I don't think I want to park back there anymore. If people are, anyway. But and if if he's a random patron or some random dude who just wants that spot to himself, like that's what I mean, kicking me out to take the spot for himself just because I'm a young guy or I look like I'm a really young guy. I've been told I look like I'm in high school, so maybe he thinks just get the kid out of here and I'll take it. I mean, like, hey, that's why I said in one of my videos before, we need to put yourself first and choose yourself. And by moving out of that position, that spot, I don't want to cause trouble because he was a pretty big guy. So I decided, you know what, it's probably better if I just film this video. And that's probably the best way to choose myself, because for me to stand up and fight him, it might even make things worse. And if he saved that picture, he probably took a picture of my car in case something happened and he would have evidence. But if he actually kept that photo of my plate or the front of my car, and something did happen, or I fought him about it, he was probably gonna go. I don't know if he has social media. He's probably gonna go put it on his Facebook or Snapchat, Instagram. So, watch out for this gold Toyota because and then the whole, people in the area would, I don't know. But anyway, guys, I'm rambling at this point. We're about 19 minutes into the video, and so yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about for this video. Is that, man, I'm a weirdo. I'm weird. Like, I'm so weird that people gotta stare. I'm so weird that people think I'm crazy for being fit, or I'm crazy that I'm skinnier, or I'm a skinnier guy on the skinny side, or that I drive a beat up car, or that I you know, I don't know. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna continue to make videos. I'm gonna continue to post content and document my journey. If nobody watches, or I mean, you guys view it. I've seen there's viewers on my channel. I got subscribers, but even if this channel doesn't go as fast as I think it will or I thought it would, hey, like, it's good. This is good. Hopefully you guys can learn from this video, and my journey is going to help you on your journey. Make sure you know that you are not alone, and that it's not as it's not that you're not alone, and you're not at the end of your road. Like I said in 2-3 videos before, God didn't bring you this far to drop you off. All right? Take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in.